Well, no one was more frustrated at the Hawthorns on Sunday than Petr Cech. Denied his 200th Premier League clean sheet by that very late and contentious penalty. Now, though, the landmark could come against his old club. It's Cech and Arsenal against Chelsea, and it's live.
This is really bad.
Don't lose hope, my friend. 5 legs of Mayak are already in the bag. The last is in play.
I'm really quite scared.
I know. The opposition are looking sharp up front.
Something.
Don't panic. I'm in control with Betway's cash out.
Hurry!
I'm cashing out now. Yeah, just in time. They scored.
Really?
That lad's electric up front.
Oh,
For the love of the game. Betway.
Well, Gary, with youngsters either side of Shkodran Mustafi, it's a big night for him.
Yeah, and there's a real shortage of players that organise and lead, but he's going to have to give really good information. Don't go quiet on those 2 young lads alongside him. You see him there talking before the game. It's critical that he does talk them through the match and protects them and cuddles them, but also make sure that Wilshere and Xhaka in front of him are in the right positions. What I would say is, looking at the Chelsea team, Cesc Fabregas is going to play closer to Morata and to Hazard. I do think he needs to make runs past that Arsenal back three so that it does cause the problems for them, because I think once you shift that Arsenal back three, Chelsea can cause real problems tonight.
Well, Arsenal have avoided the capital, and as pretty much always.
Wilshere, Lacazette. It's Sanchez, it's hit the wall, and it's goalkeeper Courtois in this instance where you're just kind of praying. I think he knew that it was wide. Yeah, and one of those cases ahead of him, Sanchez ahead of him, Moses in retreat, Alexis Sanchez, too much for Mesut Ozil. I mean, who'd laid it off initially, and you know, it's not too far away, it's just a little. I like the thinking from Alexis Sanchez, because still to play tomorrow. Morata's on his way here. He's got between the centre halves. Morata has steered his class. It's a gift from Arsenal, it really is, and he should have been steering this on target. He's thinking, well, I'm not going to get there, and just look at it. Nobody goes to the ball, and it's a terrible miss, because I don't know what he's thinking about. He's more or less saying to Mustafi, well, this is going to be yours, and he just... He cannot have believed the space and time he had. Callum Chambers has got out of... Welcomed in by Moses. And driven in by Moses. Not enough to make sure he smothered it. And looks in line when it's played. The line by Cech. Yeah, it might have been a little touch. Ozil, Sanchez, Ozil, Sanchez! It's stayed. Well, just how is it stayed? I think there's a little touch from Courtois, you know, on the... Ozil. Mesut Ozil. Alex Lacazette! And finding space, and his speed led to this. And Courtois, superb. Things is just not going for it at the moment, but Ozil's positioning is superb, because he's basically just drifting on. Big save number 2. And that's all. Fabregas, that's a lovely ball for Bakayoko, and Cech threw up a hand. Pick anybody out, and Bakayoko should have been looking for either side instead of going down the middle. Be slotting this low. I would have thought Fabregas, once he gets in those positions and he's not pressurised, Bakayoko has every reason to put his hands on his... Picked it up towards Bakayoko, who couldn't take it with him. Should got caught in 2 minds in the end, because realised that his thigh isn't going to be able to get up there. Says Fabregas, head up, and said it earlier, if Arsenal stand off him, he's just going to pick those kind of passes. He should be looking to control this on his chest. I mean, this is Alonso. So he can get it up, but at that distance, up but not down. Yeah, you're right. That was the break it on again. Xhaka. Ozil! I think Bakayoko got a toe to that, even though Arsenal were appealing. Good advantage by the referee, and you know, a whisker away. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching him tonight. Eden Hazard sets it for Fabregas.
Once he teed it up, I think he thought he might be celebrating. Fabregas, 14 for Chelsea, 35 for Arsenal. He hasn't back at the end. He's 1 goal away from 50 in his Premier League career, actually. He hasn't scored in the first half of their first game in 2018, and both posts. Been good stuff. So it is at half-time. He's fluffed his lines at the end. Alexis Sanchez denied by teams. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. Chances at both ends. The best one for Chelsea for Alvaro Morata, who galloped clear.
Done particularly well. Fabregas, Hazard is onside. Eden Hazard. Chelsea, Fabregas head up, doesn't wait for it first time, and the Belgian, he's under a little more pressure to get that one away quick. It came to Bakayoko, who loaded it in for Alonso. Very good save, almost kind of De Gea-like with the foot, and the found, it's right in the corner, and he made it beautifully after it hit the ground. I promise you I didn't read them. Sanchez, Lacazette, lovely spin! Lacazette, but Ozil just keeps doing that, and he got a little lucky ricochet. Another big block from Thibaut Courtois. Well, is that the first little sign? As Piliqueta's header came down for Lacazette. Now Wilshere. Christensen isn't trying to bring him down. I think if anything, yeah, he's dangled his leg, going to allow the corner to be defended beforehand. And this is Wilshere. I mean, there is a little bit of Ozil holding. Wilshere! He left nothing to chance, shaving the post on it. Courtois has managed a couple of very good saves in this game, but he ain't getting to that. Bang! And stop this. But he's just drifted off the back of Conte to begin with. And second, just the slightest space. And once he drifted into it and received the pass, then Eden Hazard spinning off Bellerin. And getting a second bite and going. Sure, there might have been a little bit of contact. Oh, as a flick, that is. I think he's been duped, the referee. Then for me, this is a big call. And Bellerin. Another big penalty decision. Eden Hazard. 1-1. Without hesitation. Finish by Hazard. Ultra cool. Livid. And whether it merits the reaction. Zappacosta again and swept in by Alonso. Himself, he's given the freedom to get forward more, and he's just ghosted into a front post position. And what heat across the 6-yard box. And Alonso, as we see now time and time again, be getting on the end of things. But Zappacosta, once he did Maitland-Niles here, and he did as well, and maybe that's the energy. Mustafi nicked away from Welbeck. Bellerin! Oh, what a goal! And for me, it's my opinion, some justice in that. Absolutely brilliant. Half volley, side foot, and fantastically controlled. So that when a ball is bouncing in front of you, it becomes much harder to keep it under control and keep. Ozil. Holding. Wilshere! He left nothing to chance, shaving the post on it. Courtois has managed a couple of very good saves in this game, but he ain't getting to that. Bang! And stop this. But he's just drifted off the back of Conte to begin with. And second, just the slightest space. And once he drifted into it and received the pass, then Eden Hazard spinning off Bellerin and getting a second bite and going. Sure, there might have been a little bit of contact. Oh, as a flick, that is. I think he's been duped, the referee. Then for me, this is a big call. And Bellerin. Another big penalty decision. Eden Hazard. 1-1. Without hesitation. Finish by Hazard. Ultra cool. Livid. And whether it merits the reaction. Zappacosta again and swept in by Alonso. Himself, He's given the freedom to get forward more, and he's just ghosted into a front post position. And what heat across the 6-yard box. And Alonso, as we see now time and time again, be getting on the end of things. But Zappacosta, once he did Maitland-Niles here, and he did as well, and maybe that's the energy.
Mustafi nicked away from Welbeck. Bellerin! Oh, what a goal!
And for me, it's my opinion, some justice in that. Absolutely brilliant. Half volley, side foot, and fantastically controlled. So that when a ball is bouncing in front of you, it becomes much harder to keep it under control and keep